Welcome back to the Before AGI podcast. Ready for another deep dive into the world of AI? Today we're focusing on some exciting stuff coming out of Google DeepMind.
Oh yeah, some seriously impressive advancements that are impacting not just research labs, but our everyday lives too.
Right, and it seems like they're leading the charge in a lot of different areas.
They really are. From predicting protein structures to discovering new materials and even developing what they say is their most powerful AI model yet.
That's what we're going to dig into today.
Yeah.
So let's start with something I find super fascinating.
AlphaFold.
Ah, yes, AlphaFold. This AI is making waves in biology by predicting the 3D structures of proteins, something that used to be a huge challenge for scientists.
I remember reading that it could take years to figure out just one protein structure, and it cost a fortune.
Yeah, it was a really slow and expensive process, but AlphaFold can now do it often in minutes with crazy accuracy using deep learning algorithms.
So it's not just about speed and cost effectiveness though, right?
Yeah.
No, it's way more than that. Imagine you're a researcher trying to understand a disease or develop a new drug. Knowing a protein structure is like having a key to unlock how it works.
It's like having the blueprint to understand how the machinery of life operates.
Exactly. Proteins are these tiny machines that drive almost every biological process. And with AlphaFold, we can now access those blueprints much faster.
And that has huge implications for things like drug discovery, right?
Absolutely. Knowing the exact shape of a protein involved in a disease means you can design drugs that fit perfectly, like a key in a lock.
I read that AlphaFold has already made a difference in the fight against COVID-19.
It did. They used AlphaFold to figure out key details about a protein in the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which helps speed up the development of treatments.
That's incredible. And there are other examples too, right? Like helping to combat antibiotic resistance.
Yeah, they used AlphaFold to identify the structure of a bacterial protein that's important for antibiotic resistance. A task that could have taken years was done in just a weekend.
A weekend versus years. That's the power of AI. But I'm curious, is AlphaFold perfect? Can it predict the structure of any protein out there?
Well, not quite yet. It's amazing at predicting those static structures, but it doesn't quite capture the dynamic interactions between proteins, how they move and change.
So it's like having a still photo of a dancer. You see the pose, but not the actual dance.
A perfect analogy. It gives us a starting point, but there's still more to uncover about how proteins function in those complex interactions.
But even with those limitations, it's a huge step forward, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's already opened up so many new avenues for research. And just imagine the possibilities, designing new proteins from scratch for specific purposes, like breaking down plastic waste or creating new materials.
Wow, the possibilities are mind-blowing. And that's just one area where Google DeepMind is making strides. They've also got this other tool called GenoMI. You heard about this one?
GenoMI, yeah. This one is shaking things up in materials science. It predicts the stability of new materials, kind of like AlphaFold, but for materials instead of proteins.
So it's like having a digital lab assistant that's constantly experimenting and discovering new materials.
That's a great way to put it. It uses simulations to test the stability of these new materials, and it learns from each experiment, making its predictions even more accurate.
So it's constantly getting smarter, like it's going through some kind of intense training program.
Exactly. And the results are pretty astounding. GenoMI has already predicted the structures of over 2.2 million new materials.
2.2 million. That's like discovering a whole library of new materials.
And to put that into perspective, some say that's equivalent to like 800 years worth of scientific knowledge generated in a fraction of the time.
Wow. That's mind-blowing. What could we even do with all these new materials?
The possibilities are endless. Think about superconductors that make computing incredibly fast and efficient, or next-generation batteries that could revolutionize electric vehicles.
So this is like unlocking the secrets to building the technologies of the future.
In a way, yes. And what's even better is that Google DeepMind is making their GenoMI predictions open source.
That's fantastic. So researchers around the world can access this treasure trove of information and build upon it.
It's a great example of how AI can accelerate the pace of discovery and make knowledge more accessible.
So it's got AlphaFold for proteins and GenoMI for materials. Is Google DeepMind working on anything else that's pushing the boundaries of AI?
Well, they've recently unveiled Gemini, which they claim is their most capable and general AI model yet.
Gemini. The name sounds powerful and kind of mysterious. What's so special about it?
Well, unlike previous models, Gemini is multimodal, meaning it can understand and process different types of information, text, code, images, audio, even video.
So it's like it has all these different senses. It's not just reading text or looking at pictures. It can experience information in a much richer way.
Exactly. And it's not just one model either. They've developed 3 different sizes of Gemini, each designed for different tasks.
Okay. Now, I'm really intrigued. Tell me more about these different sizes and what they can do.
All right, so there's Gemini Ultra, the biggest and most powerful one. This is like the supercomputer of the Gemini family. It's designed for those super complex tasks, analyzing huge data sets, uncovering hidden patterns, things that could lead to major breakthroughs in different fields.
So it's like having a super-powered research assistant that can make sense of all that data we're constantly generating.
That's a good way to think about it. And then there's Gemini Pro. It's designed for a wider range of tasks, more versatile for developers and businesses to integrate into their products and services.
So this is the one that could be powering all sorts of apps and websites, making them smarter and more intuitive.
Exactly. And finally, we have Gemini Nano, the smallest and most efficient one. This one's designed to run on devices like smartphones.
So basically, we could all have the power of Gemini in our pockets.
Pretty much. Imagine having a personal AI assistant that can help you with everything from scheduling appointments to translating languages in real time.
It's like having a super smart sidekick with you wherever you go.
And it's not just about convenience either. These AI advancements have the potential to really change industries and even create entirely new ones.
I can see that. I was reading about how AI is being used to personalize education, tailoring lessons to each student's learning style and pace.
That's a game changer, right? AI could make personalized education accessible to everyone regardless of where they live or their background.
And then there's healthcare. We talked about AlphaFold. But AI is also being used to analyze medical images, assist with diagnoses, even predict patient outcomes.
It's like having a whole team of medical experts working behind the scenes, helping doctors make faster and more accurate decisions.
It's incredible to think how quickly AI is becoming a part of our lives.
It really is. But with all this power comes responsibility. We need to make sure we're developing and using AI ethically and responsibly.
That's a really important point. We can't just ignore the potential risks.
Exactly. We need to be aware of potential biases in algorithms, ensure data privacy and security, and prevent AI from being used for harmful purposes.
It's like we're entering uncharted territory, and we need to proceed with caution and thoughtfulness.
I agree. We need to have open and honest conversations about the challenges and work together to develop safeguards that promote responsible AI development.
So it's not just about the amazing potential, but also about using this power wisely.
Absolutely. AI is a tool, and it's up to us to decide how we use it to shape the future we want.
Well said. And speaking of shaping the future, that brings us back to Google DeepMind and the incredible work they're doing.
It's truly groundbreaking stuff. And it's exciting to see how they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI while also considering the ethical implications.
They're not just developing powerful technology, but also setting an example for responsible AI development, which is crucial for the future of this field.
I agree. It's inspiring to see a leading AI company prioritizing ethical considerations alongside innovation.
And their commitment to open sourcing their research is a testament to their belief in collaboration and knowledge sharing, which is so important for progress.
It's clear they're playing a leading role in shaping the future of AI. It's going to be fascinating to see what they come up with next.
I'm with you on that one. It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do.
It does, and it's an exciting time to be following this field.
Absolutely. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. From the intricate world of proteins to the mind-boggling capabilities of Gemini, what stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from all of this?
For me, it's the realization that AI is no longer just a futuristic concept. It's rapidly becoming a part of our lives in ways we might not even realize, and its impact is only going to grow.
I completely agree. And while there are definitely challenges to address, the potential benefits are too great to ignore. We need to be part of this conversation and help shape the future of AI in a way that benefits everyone.
Absolutely. It's a future worth shaping.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive into GoogleDeepMind's AI advancements for today. We'll be back next time to explore even more fascinating developments in the world of AI. Until then, keep exploring. And if you're looking for more in-depth tutorials and insights on AI, be sure to check out Ian Ochieng AI on YouTube.
You can find it by searching for Ian Ochieng AI. See you in the next episode. You know, it's interesting how we often think of AI in these grand terms like beating a chess champion or writing a symphony.
Right, like it's always some big dramatic event. But the reality is AI is quietly weaving itself into our daily lives.
Exactly. And it's happening in ways we might not even notice. Think about Gemini. It's not just powering these high-level research projects, but it's also finding its way into everyday apps and tools.
Yeah, like Gemini Nano running on smartphones. That's got me really excited.
Right. Our phones could actually become those intelligent assistants we've always dreamed of.
Imagine your phone understanding your conversations, anticipating your needs, even helping you be more creative.
Yeah, you could have a personal AI in your pocket ready to assist with just about anything.
From scheduling to brainstorming to language translation, the possibilities are huge.
And think about the potential for accessibility. AI-powered tools could be game changers for people with disabilities.
That's a great point. Real-time translation for travelers or image recognition software that describes the world for the visually impaired.
It's amazing to see how AI is moving beyond the realm of science fiction and becoming a practical tool for everyone.
It's not just about personal convenience either. AI is also poised to transform entire industries.
Absolutely. Like education, I was reading about how AI can personalize lessons, tailoring them to each student's learning style and pace.
Wow, that would be incredible. Imagine a world where everyone has access to truly personalized education.
AI could make learning more engaging, effective, and accessible to everyone.
And we can't forget about healthcare. AI is already making a difference in medical imaging diagnosis and even predicting patient outcomes.
It's like having a team of experts analyzing vast amounts of data to assist doctors in making the best decisions.
AI-powered surgical robots could perform incredibly precise procedures too, leading to faster recovery times.
AI is rapidly becoming an essential tool in almost every field.
But with all this potential comes a lot of responsibility. We need to be cautious and think about the ethical implications.
Absolutely. We can't ignore the risks. We need to be aware of potential biases in algorithms and take steps to prevent AI from being misused.
It's a balancing act. We want to encourage innovation, but also make sure AI is used for good.
It's like we're writing a user manual for AI as we go figuring out how to develop and use it responsibly.
That's a great analogy. We can't just sit back and watch. We need to be actively involved in shaping the future of AI.
What can people do to be more proactive in shaping the future of AI?
Well, I think education is crucial. The more we understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions and advocate for responsible development.
And we need to support organizations that are working to create ethical guidelines and standards for AI.
It's important to remember that AI is a tool. Its impact ultimately depends on how we choose to use it.
Well said. And that brings us back to GoogleDeepMind. They're not just pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI, but they're also doing it with a focus on responsibility and transparency.
I've been really impressed with their work on AlphaFold, GenoMI, and Gemini. They're setting a high bar for the industry.
I agree. Their commitment to open sourcing their research is also commendable. It fosters collaboration and makes the benefits of AI more widely accessible.
It's clear they're leading by example, showing that it's possible to develop powerful AI while prioritizing ethical principles.
That's the kind of leadership we need in this rapidly evolving field.
So where do we go from here? AI is constantly advancing. What are some of the key trends and challenges you see emerging?
One major trend is the focus on making AI more accessible and user-friendly. We're seeing more no-code and low-code platforms that allow anyone to create AI applications.
So AI is becoming less of a specialized skill and more of a tool that everyone can use.
Exactly. Another important trend is explainable AI. As AI systems get more complex, we need to understand how they make decisions.
That makes sense. If we're going to trust AI with important tasks, we need to be able to understand its reasoning.
And of course, the ethical considerations we've been discussing will continue to be crucial as AI becomes even more integrated into our lives.
So the future of AI is full of potential, but it also presents us with some significant challenges.
That's right. But by working together, I believe we can navigate those challenges and harness the power of AI to create a better future.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the latest AI advancements to the ethical considerations and the potential impact on society. We hope you found this discussion insightful.
If you're interested in learning more, we encourage you to check out the resources mentioned in the show notes. And be sure to stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore even more fascinating aspects of AI.
So we've talked about AlphaFold's ability to predict protein structures, but you mentioned that it mainly focuses on static structures. What about those dynamic interactions between proteins? Is that something researchers are working on?
Oh, definitely. It's like the next frontier.
Right.
Imagine being able to see not just a protein's shape, but how it interacts with others in real time, almost like watching a molecular dance unfold.
That would be a game changer for understanding how life works at the most basic level.
It would completely revolutionize our understanding of biology. DeepMind has hinted at working on predicting these protein complexes. And if they crack it well, it would unlock so many secrets about how diseases develop, how cells communicate.
It makes you wonder about the possibilities for personalized medicine. Could we tailor treatments based on how proteins interact differently in each person?
Absolutely. It's a really exciting prospect. We could potentially identify drug targets that are specific to your genetic makeup, leading to more effective therapies with fewer side effects.
It's amazing how each AI advancement opens up these new possibilities.
Mm.
But it's also a reminder that we need to be aware of the potential risks, too.
You're absolutely right. As with any powerful technology, we need to approach AI development with a sense of responsibility and caution. Ethical considerations should always be top of mind.
It's a delicate balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
We want to push the boundaries of what's possible, but also ensure that AI is used for good.
I'm optimistic, though. I think we can strike that balance. By fostering open conversations, encouraging responsible development practices, and putting ethics first, we can harness this incredible power for the benefit of humanity.
Well said. Well, I think that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Google DeepMind's groundbreaking AI advancements.
It's been quite a journey exploring AlphaFold, GenoMI, and Gemini, three incredible examples of how AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's clear that AI is rapidly evolving, and its impact on our lives is only going to grow in the coming years.
If you're feeling inspired to learn more, we encourage you to dive in. There's a wealth of information available online, and it's a field that's constantly changing.
And of course, if you're looking for some in-depth AI tutorials and insights, be sure to check out Ian Ochieng AI on YouTube.
You can find it by searching for Ian Ochieng AI. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of AI.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you. We'll see you in the next episode.